Hi there everyone, welcome to Tech Ravers. In this third part of my Nintendo Switch hacking series, we're gonna take a closer look at online gaming on a Nintendo Switch that you have modded with custom firmware and how you can avoid the big ban hammer from Nintendo. As you can see, I'm playing Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch that I've been using in my last two videos, even though Nintendo are notorious for banning each and everyone that they can see have a hacked console. Now, the thing is that as far as Nintendo know, I'm not on a hacked console. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how it's all possible thanks to a little text file that you have actually already installed if you have been following my other guides. So if you haven't already, go watch them first to make sure you're on the same step as I am. Now without further delay, let's jump into it. So go ahead and pop out the SD card and mount it in your computer. You should have about the same folders and files as I have. Now go inside your Atmosphere folder. Here you should have a folder named Hosts that we made in the first part of this hacking series. And inside this folder you should have a text file named emummc. It should contain a bunch of sites and DNSs that we want to block our Switch from reaching. I will link to this text file in the video description, so if you don't have the hosts folder containing it, go ahead and do that now. When you're done, eject your SD card and put it back into your Nintendo Switch. From the Hekatu menu, go into Launch and launch the emuNAND. And as you're about to see, with the text file, my Nintendo Switch refused to open the eShop even though I'm on Wi-Fi. That's because all the ways to Nintendo servers are blocked. Now that's just something I wanted to show you. Now it's time to play online, so reboot your Switch into the Hekatu menu again. This time, instead of launching into our safe emuNAND bubble, it's time to go into our sysNAND, which is the actual real internal system of the Nintendo Switch. Just be careful not to choose the sysNAND with custom firmware, as I've mentioned before, it's probably just best to stay away from it. What's interesting here is that all my games are gone. That's because all the games are on my emuNAND, which is an emulated operating system not related to the actual sysNAND that we are inside now. And as you can see, this firmware is actually still on 13.2.0, which is the firmware that this Switch came with from the store. And now, since I know that my hacked Switch haven't reached any Nintendo servers, again thanks to the text file, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and connect the Switch to my Wi-Fi and update it the regular way. And though it says it will reboot, you will actually have to start it up again yourself and choose to launch into stock firmware or sysNAND. And now if I go into System Settings and scroll down to System, I can confirm that this firmware have been updated to 16.0.3. And if I open eShop, it will take me straight into the store and not give me a scary message about being banned or something. I will go ahead and download a game that I can test online for the purpose of this guide, and that might take a while, but I'll just skip ahead so you don't have to watch through the whole process. And I decided to go for Fortnite, and as you can see it will take longer than I expected, so once again I'll just skip ahead. And yeah, it boots into Fortnite without any problems, and I can play online as any other non-hacked Switch owner. And now it's time to address your thoughts. I know what you're thinking. Well, how do I play online with my downloaded games or even my own dumped games that we learned how to do in the last part of this hacking series? And how can I cheat in games that I play online? And the answer is very simple. You don't. The same second you connect to a Nintendo server with your emuNAND for instance, which you will have to do if you want to play a game online, Nintendo will ban your console. The same second you cheat in a game that you connect online, Nintendo will ban your console. This is just the way it works. You play your dumped games on the emuNAND offline and you play your bought games online on the stock firmware. Now there are ways to move save files between games you play on the emuNAND and both games you play on your sysNAND, but be aware that even if you follow every method you can to do that as safe and non-visible as possible, Nintendo will probably find you sooner or later and ban you. So keep that in mind before doing too much with your modded Nintendo Switch. One last thing though, you can actually play local multiplayer though, so let's say you have Mario Kart on your emuNAND, then you can play it locally with a friend that have Mario Kart on his or her stock firmware. And that's been it for part 3 of my Nintendo Switch hacking series. In this video we have learned how to make sure that our emuNAND won't ever connect to any Nintendo servers, how to update our sysNAND or stock OS, and how to download and play games online even though we have a hacked Nintendo Switch. I really hope that this video helped you out and that you enjoyed watching it. Please give it a like if it did and give me a comment if you encounter any problems or just want to say hi. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one. TechRaber is out.